to another speed build in The Sims 4. Today's video is part of a collab, so please be sure to stick around a bit for all of the fun details. But first, I want to start off with a very special acknowledgement. Today, this very day I am recording this voiceover, we hit 500 subscribers. It's been a goal of mine for a very long time, and it really only happened thanks to each and every one of you. So if you're new here, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell. It really helps creators in general to push their videos out with the algorithm, that's the word. But yeah, thank you all once again. It means so much to me. Now, about this build, the shape of it is slowly coming together. I did have a few reference pictures found on Pinterest that I was kind of going off of, and I actually really like how it came out. And I really wanted to do a good job because this build is for the Christmas Village collaboration hosted by Aaron with a Y and SimpleeTierra. And it features a ton of other super creative simmers. So please, I beg of you, check out everyone's information in the description below. And if you're interested, there's also a save file. Dun 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 dun. The idea here was to rebuild Newcrest? Yep. As a Christmas village, much like you may have seen as like decorations in homes around the holiday. I know I've seen a bunch of friends of mine in the past, their parents have had them set up. Usually a full table covered with houses. It's like a little mini town. It's really cute. But I was so excited to be asked to participate because Aaron and Tierra are always hosting such fun, creative collabs. And I've always admired everyone's work in them. So to be a part of this one for the holidays has been just 100% amazing. As you can see, I am building in summer, mostly because I find it really difficult to make landscaping look even semi-decent when everything is either dead or covered in snow or both. If you build ever in The Sims, do you feel the same way? Also, I do end up going with a darker shade of the green siding that you see now, as well as a mix of different windows from Seasons and the industrial loft kit up on the tower. I thought that would just look so cute mixing it up. As you may also see, there are two front doors inspired by the reference picture. So I came up with a bit of a story for the build as well. But before I share that story with you, I wanted to share a bit of a holiday story, more personal, with you. And I invite you to do the same. My favorite Christmas was the year I was 16, I believe. Basically, I grew up in a typical American middle-class family with my parents and my two younger siblings. While my parents typically were living paycheck to paycheck, there was never any shortage of gifts on Christmas Day. And that year in particular, payday landed on December 26th. Luckily, at this point, my siblings and I were old enough to understand why we didn't wake up with a pile of presents under the tree Christmas morning. But the day after Christmas is a day I will never forget. We all got up pretty early to get to the mall when they opened. I think it was likely 9 a.m. at this point because they probably went back to regular hours. But my parents took us to the Best Buy and they let us pick out a gift each. And I can't remember what my siblings got, but I had always wanted Rock Band because I had friends who had it and I was so jealous. So Rock Band it was, and it really ended up becoming a family affair. My mom's favorite instrument to play were the drums. It's so funny, but she misses it to this very day. I learned something that year though. I learned that the holidays aren't just about the material things. It's about making memories that will last a lifetime. And isn't that just so magical? And each one of you right now are part of this new, Sims community, the holiday traditions, and I thank you for that. Thanks for creating memories with me. So in the comments below, what is one of your favorite holiday memories? If you feel like sharing. If you don't, of course, don't worry about it. Just like that, we are now on the interior. We've been here for a minute, but we are working on the smaller half of the build. I imagine that this build is a multi-unit, so it has space for a family home, and then it has a little 2-story apartment that the family rents out to like an artsy creative sim. So we're in the apartment now, and there are lots of pinks and blues, and the balcony on the second floor has an easel, and I think, if I remember correctly, I even added a guitar in their bedroom upstairs. In my mind, the family who owns this building has 2 young girls, a baby, and a toddler. And maybe the sim in this apartment rental helps with babysitting and just little things like that here and there. But the sim also, before they moved into this rental, was never really a fan of Christmas, didn't really celebrate it, didn't really get into the spirit of the holidays until getting to know this family and kind of creating a bond with the 2 little girls. I imagine that the toddler made her some Christmas cards, which you'll see me place on the accent table under the TV, in the living room, and some of the decorations kind of scattered throughout this build. Because there's not too many on the interior, but I imagine that the parents or the landlords probably shared some of their decorations as gifts. I even put some cat food. I imagine she probably had a cat too. But very cute, very wholesome little backstory, I think. And we're just trying to pick out some tiles at this point and get it decorated. We are nearing the halfway point of this video. Yeah, this is the longest video I've released in a while, and because it's actually a pretty big build. I haven't done a big build like this in a minute. But I would like to remind you that in the description, you can skip to different chapters of the video. If you're eager to see the final product or you just want to see a certain part, click on Tour to watch the cinematic footage covered in snow and decorations, all cozy and all full of holiday cheer. But really, I won't be mad if you don't watch the full video. I know how precious time is these days, and just in general, really. But one aspect of this build that I really liked is that, I don't know, it felt pretty realistic to me. A lot more realistic than some of my other builds. Typically, a lot of my other builds, I try to match wood tones a little more, or I clutter a lot. And while I think clutter is very realistic, sometimes I might go a little overboard. But in this build, at least, especially over on the family side, as you'll see, wood tones don't always match too well, especially in this game that's really hard to come by. And honestly, they don't match in real life either. We often just collect pieces and use what we have, or what's handed down to us or given to us, or at least that's my particular experience going through adulthood. Isn't it fun? And as you can see, as I said before, there are definitely lots of pinks and blues. I think it really shines in this bedroom, and I really like how it came out. And I love that I got to use that wallpaper from Dream Home Decorator, those base game curtains with the new swatches. I don't use those enough. I need to use them more. And we just have a little desk area for working. There was a laptop downstairs. There's a bathroom right next to this bedroom as well. I don't keep any of the bathroom footage, but there's one in the apartment. There's 2 in the family house. So plenty of bathrooms to really, go around for all of your Sims. Pretty soon we'll be moving over to the family side of the build, and I'll be able to tell you a little more about the family. There's a couple of rooms I'd like to touch base on when we're over there. But yeah, this is a pretty long video. Usually by now I'm showing you guys the tour. My time management has been pretty poor, but I mean, this is the busiest season at work, as I think I've mentioned before, so I don't have too much time to build. I've also been spending a lot of time playing Animal Crossing. But if you're the same right now with the recent update, also let me know down below. Here we are now in the family home part of the build. I decided to continue using the same counters from Parenthood over here as well. In all apartments that I've seen, it's pretty common that each one or each unit has pretty much the same cabinetry. I assume it's because it is cheaper to get items in bulk and easier to kind of keep things a little consistent, but I did upgrade some of the appliances on this side. I imagine this family is just slowly making improvements to the property as a whole. Like, they're starting here and then they'll also work over there a little bit, those kinds of things. I also did try to add plenty of kid clutter and holiday decorations. I don't think I recorded it, but the tower in this build is just like, I made it just a little play place for the kids. There's just a bookshelf and a couple of toys and a dollhouse. But if it's a build you want to play in, I imagine it'd be pretty easy to alter it into any kind of skill room of your choice, depending on how your Sims personalities develop, Speaking of personalities developing, we did just get an update adding story progression like features into the game. I am a little rusty on the Sims news, so I don't really know the details too much, but I am pretty excited to kind of see how it does affect gameplay, especially in my Not So Berry playthrough that we're slowly working through on Twitch. So yeah, I am really excited to kind of see how that plays out. I also really like that little orange chair. I don't think I've ever used that before, and I end up putting it in the other corner kind of by the stairs, and I put a little stuffed animal on top of it. I thought that was like a little cute touch, and I did replace one of these dining room chairs for a, what do you call it, a high chair, one of those toddler chairs. Now, I know those are really difficult to use in The Sims, unfortunately, much like a lot of other things are, but I thought it was just, it's a family build, so realistically I think there would be a high chair for a toddler. But here you can see I'm actually switching that out. This is probably my favorite room now in the entire build. I really had an itch to do a nursery for a while now, and I decided to do it, and I added the toddler bed, which made me think there was also 2 kids in this, which you can probably add a bunk bed very easily in this room because it's a pretty tiny room. But usually I would have gone with the living room first, but I was struggling with it so much that I had to skip it. So we will definitely go back to it, but I made a little changing table here that I've seen a lot of other Sims use, and I really like the colors here. I don't know. It's such a sweet little nursery toddler room, and it just looks really cozy. And I was using the tool mod there on the changing table to try and raise up one of those ottomans, because since they were clipping in together, they were kind of like glitching a little bit, and usually that works. When I went to take pictures in the tour footage, I still saw a bit of glitching, so I don't know if it was undid or maybe I didn't raise it right, but I've seen other people do that, so I know it works. Just another reason to get the tool mod, you know? I love that mod. I don't know how I built before without it, honestly. Just for like just the tiniest little adjustments, it just makes a huge difference. Here we are now in the master bedroom, and we're slowly getting into the end of the video, so now I'm just pretty much rambling, okay? So don't judge me. But I really do like how the main bedroom, the parents' bedroom, it kind of came out. We did a lot more yellows. I know there's mostly greens downstairs, and then there's pinks in the bedroom, but in here there's yellows and whites, and this rug is really pretty. And I did put a vanity in here because this is a pretty big room, and I put these pictures up as if they put pictures of their family members and things throughout the years. But I also imagine that these parents really love the holidays, so they get their own Christmas tree in here. I don't know who wants to put up so many Christmas trees, because taking them down is a hassle. I still have to put mine up. I'm hoping to do it hopefully by next weekend. Oh, I've just been so busy, okay? But yeah, we're just cluttering it up a little bit, and pretty shortly we'll hop into the living room. Now, the shoes, the clutter from Dream Home Decorator has really changed how I clutter builds, because you can just add shoes around, you can add boxes. It's just top tier, okay? Top tier pack. If you're looking for a pack for Christmas to, treat yourself, Dream Home Decorator, Cottage Living, those, okay? Don't even think about anything else. Get one of those, get both, whichever. Or if you want a kit, if you're into the kits, get the Blooming Rooms kit, because those plants, I love them. I love them so much. But here, I finally settled on a layout for the living room. Finally, it's the last room I had to work on, and I don't think it's my best living room. It's not the worst either, I guess. I'm still not entirely happy with it. I feel like I could have added more details, but at this point, I was staying up pretty late at this point, so I was tired, and I had to work the next day, and so much going on, okay? But either way, I thought it was pretty cozy, and yeah, I just would have put more details, or maybe changed it into the dining room. Maybe that could have been an option. I don't know. But let me know what you think, because I'm really happy you guys joined me. I really hope to get more videos out more frequently pretty soon. I just have to get through December, and then I think in January we'll start being more consistent. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. In the comments below, let me know if there's anything you want me to do to celebrate 500, and don't forget, never tickle a sleeping dragon. Enjoy the tour. Happy holidays.